Hey friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and you're watching the Joe Boo Sports Report Monday Morning Hangover. And by the looks of it, Joe Boo definitely has a bad hangover. And I got to tell you, I'm sure all of you fans out there are just looking at what could have been with that game. Unfortunately, Terrence Williams will get all the blame because he didn't get out of bounds instead of, what he did, which was trying to pick up a few more yards. That should have been football 101, and that kind of goes back to coaching a bit because the coach needs to go ahead and say, put in the headset to Dak. Remember, we don't have a timeout. We can't stop the clock. You got to get out of bounds. Des Bryant knew it because he was going, get out of bounds, get out of bounds. Unfortunately, Williams didn't get the message. But it shouldn't have had to come down to that. Dak Prescott, rookie quarterback, he did everything that you could ask him to do. And when you look at that first half, there was no running game that first half. And I got to tell you, what really kind of bugs me is the way they've kind of anointed Ezekiel Elliot being, rookie of the year. You think that they're already working on his bust in Canton. They did the same thing last year with Randy Gregory. Everybody said, oh, you're getting Charles Haley's number out, and you're going to be great, and this, that, and the other. How about we wait until these guys actually do something before we start making the bust in Canton? Because he showed me absolutely nothing in that first half. He was running to the line with his shoulders perpendicular to that. And if you've never played football before, what you want to do is you want your shoulders to be going with the lines of the field, because that way you're running north to south. You've got a full head of steam on you. If you're running like this, you're not going upfield, and it's real easy to get stopped. And if you look at the game films, you'll see what I'm talking about. Elliott was not square to the line running upfield. I mean, he had 25 carries for 51 yards, 2.5 yard average per carry. This also goes back to coaching. I think Jason Garrett should have looked at Alfred Morris, who was getting 5 yards a carry, and said, you know what, we're going to stick with this guy because he's moving the ball. That would have helped. Dak had decent numbers, no turnovers, didn't get sacked, didn't fumble the ball or anything, had a lot of passes that were dropped. Now, some of them were kind of high, a little bit behind, but they were catchable passes. And had Cole Beasley caught that one down there on the goal line, when he was wide open with tons of space, or if Des Bryant could have come down with that one in the end zone, we're talking about a totally different outcome. But, that didn't happen. So you win as a team, you lose as a team. So I'm proud of the team for the way they fought. I'm happy that they showed up. The defense was getting eat up a little bit in that one drive in the first half. 2 drives first half. Second half, they came through. Brandon Carr got a turnover. They got a sack. They got some pressure on there. But, in the end, you didn't win. Now, the one thing I always tell people is don't get too upset in September or get too overjoyed, because the true team doesn't really start showing until about mid-October. So take this game as a learning lesson. We play the Washington Redskins next week, and the Washington Redskins are on a short week, and their defense isn't anywhere near as good as the Giants were. So after that, we have the Bears and then the 49ers. So we're still in really good shape. So take that as it is. Don't get too upset. Don't jump off the bridge. Don't start screaming for Tony Romo and everything else. Just relax. Take it easy. They will be fine. I'm Mark Holmes, and that's a hungover Cowboy Joe Boo with the Joe Boo Report. Thank you for watching, and be sure to click subscribe.